does it, but no, rightful red card, 100%.
Absolutely
no
not the right
I
comparison.
do want to differentiate.
That's absolutely
I
not
think
the right comparison, guys. It's not the right comparison.
No, it is.
Van de Ven was hitting the face. When they did the VAR, look at the movement. It was a slap and a hit in the face. Bruno Fernandes, you touch him and then he falls down, whine on the floor, keep crying on the floor. It is not the same. It is absolutely not the same.
I'll tell you why you're wrong. I'll tell you why you're wrong, Mo. I'll tell you why you're wrong, Mo. And I know you're only 5 foot and wind blows you over, right? So I get this.
100%.
But the thing is, but where it is the same comparison is that Van de Ven was holding his face on the floor like he'd been right hooked. And then when the referee hadn't done anything yet, he jumped straight up and said, look at my face, right? He was fine.
How red it is.
I agree with you. I agree with you that Bruno Fernandes acts like a baby as well. The point I'm making is this has happened for an eternity in football. Some players get labeled with being a play actor or being nasty and aggressive, and then other individuals can do it and get away with it. Give you an example, Romero on Spurs. If Romero goes in slightly over the ball, every Spurs fan knows he's getting a red card. However, there'll be Saliba might make that same tackle because he's not looked at as an hard nut and aggressive. He'll get away with it. And I'm not trying to defend or attack anyone. I'm saying I love the fact that the point of perspective in this world, like your personal feelings towards a player, always impact how you feel about a decision. That's all I'm saying.
To be honest, Terry, the push on Sarr, I think, was worse than the push on Van de Ven. He literally went up to Sarr and pushed him straight in the face, and Sarr stood up to him. He's just a little rat. He lost his head. He deserved to
We
go.
need to unite Africa.
He deserves multiple game suspension, not for one red card. What he did, if his consistency in the league, this should be treated as 2 incidents. One is the first one. Listen, they gave Martinelli. Didn't they give Martinelli for 2 incidents, 2 yellow cards? Well, if you hit somebody, and then if you hit somebody and then you hit someone else while you're walking out of the pitch, that's another incident. This should be treated as 2 incidents.
Well, this happened
it's
before.
not one incident. Come on.
But I think
it happened before. Sorry, when the very famous Aguero game for City when they won the league, Joey Barton was sent off. I think he hit 2 or 3 people. He got like a 7-game ban because it was more than one red card. And, in fairness, though, I always think this: if you're going to hit someone and get a red card, you might as well hit 4 people.
That was the thing I was angry at the most. He didn't hit him properly. Like the game's done. You're gonna get a red.
At least get a good shot in.
Leave him something because you don't want to play under
this manager. Speeding, right? I'm not saying speeding is bad, but if you're gonna get done and get points on your license, do 40 and a 30. Why are you doing 31, bruv? Like, at least get there a little bit properly quicker, Mo, what did you make of the game in itself today? Because Spurs, especially in that second half, they look very, very, very potent. Or is this, like some people are saying, more about West Ham being bad? How do you see it as a neutral, Mo?
It's about West Ham being bad, to be honest with you. It's Spurs played all right, but it's about West Ham. The reason why, at the end, Spurs attack, fell 1-0 behind. If there was a better team defending, this could have ended 1-0 or 1-1. Again, Spurs, I like the game that Spurs play, attack. I still think that sometimes they're wide open at the back. Doggy was defending, was like, what is he doing? Like marching the guy to the byline, Bowen asking him to cross. Nobody wants to defend.
After the goal.
Yes, but the point is, my friend here, I don't know the name, my friend, the West Ham fan here. I don't know your name, bro. Okay, Mike. To be honest, Jacob, West Ham are horrific, bro. They're terrible. They're absolutely terrible. You fall 1-0 behind to another team, you might not come back from it. By the way, as much as you attacked in the first half, you guys know that before this scored, you had 0 shots on target. So half-time puffed again, no spaces, right? And then you started attacking it all and making saves here and there, and you started having some teeth, and now I thought the goals were coming. But I'm going to say this again. Some of the players that Spurs are not great when the opposition are parking the bus in the 18. Maybe you need to open up a little bit, play a little bit, give the opposition a chance to come out of their area, right? This could have been went completely off for Spurs, by the way. I like that Son scored, Kulusevski scored. But you guys watched the game, and I'm sure that every Spurs fan went like, oh my God, here we go again. We attack, we have the ball, we're 1-0 behind. Are we going to come back? Are we going to win these 3 points? We're the better team on the pitch. For some reason, after last season, after watching Spurs many games now, the plan looks fine. sometimes the execution fall behind. That's why you might not make top 4. That's why we're not. I'm looking at the Spurs. I can't back Spurs to make top 4.
It's never in doubt.
I can't. And for me, I said it last season. I said it to Terry on Straight Fact. Spurs made me believe in the Spursy thing. Today, the first half looked like the Spursy thing. You look like the better team. A very weak team like West Ham, 1-0 up. Just because of one mistake. One mistake. And that is my problem.
No. They scored on our second mistake. So they had a chance on goal before that, which was our first mistake. Our second mistake is the one that they capitalized. And then they failed to capitalize on the third mistake. Now, again, I get the reluctancy to believe in the squad because you sound just like a Tottenham fan.
Not the squad. For me, not the squad. Not the squad. The team looked good, Jacob. It's the whole system, players, plus the manager, plus everything. The players look good. Bro, Kulusevski looked phenomenal today. Amazing. Son looked very good. For some reason, it's the whole system. It is not about the manager being bad, Jacob. I'm not criticizing the team. Van de Ven looked good. The problem is, I don't know what it is. Someone needs to put their hands on on what is going on. George was going to say something.
I was going to say, so when you said that when we went behind, you felt like it was going to be reminiscent of one of those other games. I'd have to disagree. I feel like when Spurs go behind early in a match, I'm more confident in Spurs that we're gonna come back into the game. The reason I say that is because that's gonna leave a team to sit back low, defend deep, and if they score early, they're gonna have to open up at one point. And that's where it was. We started to keep a lot of the ball. West Ham started to get compact, and yeah, we did struggle to break them down. I agree, but once West Ham did open up for that little second in about 30-40 minutes in, because they realized, oh, there's gonna be some space behind the Spurs. We caught them in the transition. We caught them in the counter-attack. And then after 1-1, we know that we're going to grow into the game. We know that we're going to build into it. Like you said, West Ham aren't good. Once they tried to open up, there was so much space in behind. And you have to say, Sonny, Kulusevski, they were phenomenal today.
You're making my point, George. You're making my point, right?
Himself. Yeah,
that's my point. Like, you need to have a little bit of time when the other team give them a chance to open up. Allegri used to say that before when he used to coach Juventus back in Italy. And he said, sometimes when you're attack, and the opposition are not coming out of their areas, maybe give them a little bit. You did it. And then you tore them apart, right? That's what I'm asking for sometimes. Watching Spurs, I'm like, maybe you give the opposition a little bit of space.
We did that versus Brentford. Dominated them as well. We have done that. That's my point. Like, this whole notion that Ange doesn't adapt and he's too naive and he doesn't switch things up. He changes and we win in different ways.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mogenda in full force. I want to let you know here. If you're ever wondering what Mogenda means, this is it here.
Patent pending.
What is the agenda here?
Patent pending.
Got some super chats here. Nav says, West Ham overachieve. Back to the championship, a.k.a. Norwegian League. Change the name from West Ham to Offham. You was Offham. You was in date. Now you're expired. Piss off with you. Nav is a Chelsea fan, by the way. So just to put that into context, thank you for the super chat, Nav. Chelsea fan here. Second half from Spurs was very good. Moment of madness by Kudus, but he always looks bright. I'd love to come and have my say. How do I? Reach out to KJ on KJ's backstage. Put your Twitter handle, KJ, in the thing, or go to our Football Terrace Twitter account and search it on there, my friend, and you'll be able to see it. Who are Spurs beating to the top 4? The rest are levels.
Potentially Chelsea.
That's a great question. I don't know.
I don't have us in the top 4, so
I think it's possible. I think it's absolutely possible.
Yeah, it's possible.
That's kind of where our transfer window led us to, in my opinion. The Solonkis, the signings that we've done, that's to kind of get 4, 5, 6, stay kind of right where we are. I didn't see it as any major difference. Now, if Aston Villa fall off, I think that's the spot we take immediately. Are we considering Chelsea right now? Because when we were 10 games undefeated and we were top of the league, it was no, let's just temper our expectations. But since it's Chelsea, 7 matches in, now they're saying top 4, even Chelsea fans saying title charges on. So I just want to know where we stand.
They are in Spurs, bro.
Well, Chelsea are amazing. Just remember one thing. Chelsea are doing big things this season. Don't even get into that conversation.
What I would say is this though. Like, I think it's open still because I mean I know they haven't played yet this weekend, but Spurs are only a point behind. And those two, that's what's really interesting about the early stage of the season. You go on a little run, win a couple of games, and suddenly, you know, you're in contention. But I think that Spurs are in a top 4 race. Whether they make it or not is another question. A Guna here, a Bermuda Guna says, congratulations, Spurs. West Ham was meh. See you in 2025. Okay. Well, you're getting lost in the Bermuda Triangle. What's going on? Where you going? Where you going for the next 3 months, bro? Cal here, who's one of our long-standing Spurs fans on the terrace, is utterly stunned at this Kulusevski form. Not put a single foot wrong from the start of pre-season. Fair play to him. Needed a result like this badly. Yeah, I think you did after the last game. Blaze here says, by the way, Sava, Sarah, called it to a T. He's and out, but said they would batter West Ham today, and all Spurs creators will do revisionism like they did versus Everton. In fairness, no, I can't speak for people off the football terrace, but nobody on the terrace has done revisionism here today. Also, nobody on here. So there we go. Don't worry, Kudus, Arteta will visit you in January. Look, I want to thank. Sorry.
What world do you live in? It's like, for you to get Kudus in January. Like,
no, it won't happen in January. It'll go in the summer, in my opinion, if he keeps his form up.
That's so good.
There's an 85 million release clause, though, so it's going to be
but I think he's worth it. I'd pay 85 million for him now to replace Anthony at my club. So I definitely do that. Look, I want to thank everybody that has tuned in. We are going to be live again after Man United versus Brentford.